WIDR Kalamazoo.
No, there's no intro theme song. There's no intro theme song.
Welcome to the doghouse. We're here today with our new guest. His name is Nick.
Hello.
And we got Mads.
I did not condone
And
any
we
of
have
this.
Con. That's me. And we're the doghouse. This is...
Is that a recurring?
No,
Yes.
we've literally never done that.
It's a thing. It's a thing, guys.
I never said that was okay.
I mean, as far as I understand, it's a thing.
Ooh.
All right.
2 against 1.
We're getting fired up today.
What are we here to talk about?
We're ranting. We're ranting and raving.
A ranting? Is this a rantisode?
It's a rantisode.
I'm here for it. I've got rants up the wazoo.
We brought our friend Nick. Nick, where are you from?
I'm from Brighton, Michigan.
I don't think we've ever asked a guest where they're from.
I'm more like...
I'm open to sharing.
Yeah, Nick, tell us about what you do here.
I'm a print
never asked
major
that
here
either.
at Western.
That's
along
cool.
with these two.
Yeah, we're just print bros.
All print bros.
Yeah,
We're in the
art
same-
people.
Part of the community.
We're in the
Yeah.
same major.
We're cool. Just saying.
We're not. We're actually the furthest thing from cool.
What's the coolest major, you think?
Maybe like environmental science.
Save the planet, guys. Earth Day's coming up.
Why do you think that's the coolest major?
Because I wish that's what I did sometimes.
I feel like everybody tells me that, though. Like, I've gotten multiple people saying, like, I wish I did go into, like, environmental science.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Like,
feel like I haven't really heard that before.
2 of our previous guests, Nick and, not you,
Different.
Finn and Maya both told that to me
Really?
individually.
I also wish I went into environmental science.
We would have all been, like, in a greenhouse together.
I know sounds better.
You know, I
Also-
actually have noticed a lot of the people that graduate do go into like work at like a greenhouse or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's chill.
It's chill and you're doing something good, you know?
Mm-hmm. I have to say something before we continue. I have to bring up the crow's nest, guys. We brought it up recently on another episode.
Con brought it up.
Yeah. And it has been debunked. There was a health inspector who went to crow's nest and they cleared him. So if you get your news from us, then you
don't get your
other
news from
things
us.
to worry about.
Don't get your news from us.
We're
Don't believe
just-
anything Con says.
This is the
and-
only news source I listen to.
Oof.
I do always say, though, that 1 in 3 things that I say are false. So you got to take it with a grain of salt.
All right.
We can get fired up now.
Time to get fired up.
Can I start us off?
Yep.
Okay, I have so I'm looking for housing because I'm moving to a new city.
Where are you moving to?
Moving to Bloomington, Indiana for my grad school program.
Whoop whoop. Grad school.
Let's go. Grad school, grad cool. Okay. Now, it's a different land there. That the cost of living is much higher than Kalamazoo, which might make sense. And I was looking for a lease, found this place. I was like, whoa, this place is $600 a month. And it's, it's kind of, it's $600 worth. And I'm like, okay, I could save some good money for a year doing this. And I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? I have to apply. Okay, $50 fee to apply. Okay, some places take a fee. Okay. Then I get through the whole process and get a cool deal. They're going to give me $600 a month every month for a year. I'm like, cool. Then they're like, here's the lease. And this is where it starts going downhill. Okay. They charge you $50 just to pay your electric bill. Flat fee, $50.
On top of the electric bill?
Yep. They
What?
charge you a
What?
fee to pay your rent. They if you want maintenance to come do something, you got to pay them $50 an hour.
What the heck?
Yeah,
That's
Also-
insane.
yeah. And I get to the last. Oh, let me tell you about
This is crazy.
Let me tell you about their.
I feel like you shouldn't be paying. Okay, maybe it's the fact that you're paying
It's-
$600 a month.
If they only had to do like one thing. No, see, this is like the lease they use for all their other properties, and they're not all 600.
Is this
They only have
owned by
one.
the school or is it like a
No,
private?
this is a private one. Putting it on blast. Brawley Management.
Put them on blast. It's the
Suck.
Ranisode.
Yeah, you suck. This is a Ranisode. We're getting heated. They want you when you leave the place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get the carpet professionally cleaned and give them a receipt.
What the heck?
Also, got to the last pages of the lease. They're like, by the way, we have lead in our walls. And here's like the health things. Here's the health documents that we're legally required to give you.
My God, how are they going to get anybody to live there?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they're going through with this, there must be someone.
But like, are they stupid?
All their other properties are so much more than
You're
600
not
too.
living there, right?
I'm not. No, I saw that lease and I'm like, no.
Okay.
No, it's just fee city. You know, if they had like only one of those fees, I'd be like, okay. But they're tacking in all this stuff,
And like,
you know.
I've lived
crazy.
in places with like pretty bad management companies,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's a new level.
We could get into it about housing,
Oh yeah.
especially
College
around here
housing?
too. College housing in general, they make it
They're scams.
It's all
They're-
scams.
It's predatory, you
Yeah.
know.
Very.
These young kids are trying to get their degrees. They don't know anything.
They take advantage of you as much as possible.
Yeah, because they can, and new students come in every year, so they can keep doing it.
Yeah.
The apartment across the street from the university changed their name
Really?
just
Oh.
as the year was ending.
Oh, I saw that. There's like a
Yeah.
vinyl banner.
They
up.
put a vinyl banner up and changed their name as if to like become.
Yeah.
They're just
Also-
trying to
It-
like.
it's any better than
Also,
it
a
Yeah.
used
year
to
ago,
be.
they're like, we're under new management, so you should come see us, guys. We're new.
I feel like that's another thing is a lot of them, when I moved into the place that I had my sophomore year here, the company that I had signed with changed their name the year that I moved in, and they were terrible. I feel like they constantly just rebrand themselves to try and get away from like the old things that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
That's so many places do that.
in every year. If
Have
you
no
like
Y bar.
live at like a complex, they will up the rent by like $15.
Yeah.
Like my rent is way lower than what most people are
Mhm.
getting if they're like moving into that.
most rental properties don't charge you all those fees, like I was saying. They
Yeah.
take it as like, oh, this is the cost of doing business. We're gonna eat paying our maintenance guy to come to your house. We're gonna do that. We're not gonna make you pay that.
It's crazy. So, were you able to find anything reasonable that you've applied for?
I'm still searching. I think I'm gonna have to get a roommate though.
Yeah.
So
That would definitely lower the cost
yeah, because like,
and open up some more options.
and it'd be better quality too.
Is there a way for you to like contact the university about like maybe trying to set you up with somebody that
I mean, I'm not too frightened about finding somebody. I've gotten some good leads so far from the roommate finder websites out there. So I'm not complaining about that.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you guys though? Do you have any big rant things on your mind?
Hmm.
Maybe something.
So many things.
Let it
Sorry
rip.
to hear that. What's like the most recent one that's gotten you?
Most recent. I mean, it depends, man.
I'm here for it.
Politics. Don't want to get into
Well,
that.
we can't get into that.
Yeah, but there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it
Yeah,
is an
there's a
election
lot
year.
going on there.
It's an election year, folks. If you do anything, just register to vote. You know,
Yeah,
make
just
your voice
register to
heard.
vote.
Do your civic duty.
It's scary out there.
Yeah.
Not to stay on the whole like housing topic though,
Mm-hmm.
but even
You know, there's
outside of
something.
like college housing, I might never own a house.
Yeah.
That's so scary, bro.
I was thinking about this earlier.
Housing. Who would have thought it's a luxury now? You
Yeah.
know?
Like now, so here's the crazy thing: is you're talking about like this crazy rental contract,
Mm-hmm.
but renting a place is almost the only option now.
Yeah. What's crazy is if you were to get a mortgage, it's cheaper than rent in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
You're just
I don't
locked
know.
in for like 30 years.
But also the way that the interest rates are so high right now,
Mm-hmm.
you can almost never pay anything off.
Yeah.
Like
This is
you can get a mortgage and technically you're paying as much or
Mhm.
less than rent, but most of the time you're not going to be able to like see an end to it.
right.
Not to mention you got to save up for a down payment.
Yeah, that's very true. I want to throw out a tip though for those young house buyers in Michigan. If you're a first-time house buyer, the government will give you some money to get your price down.
Mhm.
But if you sell your house within like a few years, they're gonna want it back.
Yeah.
So they will help you if you do want your first house. But just so you know, folks at home.
That's good to know.
The other thing that's annoying with that whole situation is like older groups of people being like, "Oh, you just don't want to work,"
Yeah.
you know.
But
Yeah,
like,
and then you see people who have like 6 jobs, and you're
Yeah.
like,
And they still can't make it.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is getting to a
We're
sad
getting-
turn.
This has been the realest episode we've
well,
ever done.
nobody rants about things that are going right,
That's true.
you know?
Yes.
Can you rant about something going right? I guess that's just like
Sure, I could do that.
it was like a thought experiment.
Right
but I'm
now,
here for it.
I just finished my senior thesis. I'm gonna wrap up my last edition with the Western Herald, making the last layout.
Mhm.
I'm gonna graduate next week.
Nice.
It's so good, you know. It's so
Mhm.
good. I don't know how to rant about good things, but
Just kind of give it like a tone.
uh,
A tone?
Like,
I don't feel like
I'm doing great, guys.
yeah, everything's good.
Everything's fine.
Everything's changing in my life. Oh, I'm gonna buy a car next week. Probably won't ever pay it off, but that'll be cool.
Oh, we're getting too real again. Hey,
And we're back.
I actually did something special for this episode.
Oh,
I did some research and I wrote a document, or a 2-page document.
You wrote a 2-pager.
This is so I have some notes so that I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm here to maybe poke you guys with a stick with this.
What am I, a bear?
We're going to be talking about a phrase that we've talked about on this show before. No, yeah, yeah, no.
oh, you're bringing this up again.
Oh, I'm bringing it up.
This guy
folks.
doesn't believe in
You
the
know what, though?
Michigan.
Start your case. I'm going to, is this a Michigan thing?
Yeah, there are words and phrases that we pick up in our dialect from
Mhm.
being in Michigan. And even like mine might be varied from yours
Yeah.
because we grew up in different parts of Michigan.
And like, Bells has that ale. That's the
No,
No
yeah.
Yeah ale.
It's
You
a
know?
great beer.
No,
It's
yeah.
a part of the Michigan culture, right?
No, yeah.
Wrong. I have so much information here. Listen, I was researching this. I was like, is this actually a Midwestern thing, right? I found out that it's spoken across America in so many ways. Listen to this. Lots of Californians thought it was just a part of their West Coast dialect. They're like, we just say that all the time, yeah. But people from the Northeast were talking New York. They claimed that many people around them also use the phrase. And
You specifically talking about no, yeah?
no, yeah, yeah, no, or vice versa. Both phrases.
I'm not talking about yeah, no.
Everywhere they were like both. Yeah.
Mm.
No, yeah.
It's no, yeah.
Listen though, in the southern United States, we're talking about Florida. They thought it was to the point where people referred to it as a Miamiism. They're like, that's what people in Miami always say. This goes even further.
Oh, who's not to say that all of these people didn't move from Michigan to these other states and start saying no, yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, everybody says that
do
here.
you know the origin?
Oh,
of the
funny
phrase?
you say that. In 2007, Aaron Moore from the University of Melbourne in Australia did their honors
What
thesis.
does Australia have to do with
Oh, but you
the no, yeah, in the United States?
They did their honors thesis on this. Yeah, no, yeah.
What
a
a
discourse marker in Australian English. Ooh, he
Okay, but that
did.
guy's from Australia.
he
He's
did the
stuck on an
entire
island.
history.
He doesn't know anything about the rest of the world.
We're on an island.
Also, what a freaking crazy honors thesis. What? Literally, why?
Maybe he's a linguist. Linguists out there, there are viewers. We love you, linguists out there who listen to our podcast.
You think you got a lot of those?
What?
You think you got a lot of those?
Linguist? I think so. Leave a comment if you're a linguist. Or
I don't
if you
think we
enjoy
have
words.
anybody. Nobody's listening to this.
What do you mean?
Talking
People
into the
listen?
void.
Yes,
They're forced to on the radio if they're in their car.
It's true.
they probably turn it off.
Now, this goes even further, guys, okay? So, phrases like yeah, no, or no, yeah have existed for hundreds of years. He goes through this history, or she. I didn't check. I just know their name's Aaron. But they go over the history of this word, even going back so far as 1987, where it was one of the first times it was ever used. It was in a British TV show. But let's stay on topic here. It's been popular in other English-speaking countries. We're talking about New Zealand. We're talking about Britain. Even in South Africa, they have a similar phrase, yeah, no, hey. But it exists in other languages too. We're talking the French, we got oui non. We got da niet from Russia. Ja nein from Germany. It's used everywhere. The phrase has been found in many pieces of even popular culture like How I Met Your Mother or Punch Drunk Love. And those aren't said in the Midwest, as far as I know. Maybe Punch Drunk Love is, I don't know what it is.
What?
But
Isn't that a David Lynch movie?
could be. I'd
Anyway.
watch it.
What about the popularity
No, it's not.
of the phrase?
That's got Adam Sandler in it. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know either. I just know it's an example.
What about the popularity of the phrase? Do you think it's more concentrated in the Michigan area?
I would say they'd have to do a bigger study because I don't think anybody has ever studied this. But
Maybe
I think this proves that it's used everywhere.
I think that it can be
used everywhere.
used everywhere, but the amount of people that say it in this populace is a lot. It's a big
It's a
margin.
higher concentration.
There's a
But the
concentration,
Midwest
and it's in
isn't
like
that
our
populated.
just like in our regular vocabulary. Like it's something you don't even think about saying.
Yeah.
You just say it,
That's what happens in these
Because-
other communities, though, too.
right? But it's a Michiganism. Like people have adopted it as part of like a Michigan like identity.
Now I think it's a Miamiism.
All right,
They talk
I got
like
some
that
words
down
for
there?
you.
You got some words? I'm trying to heat you up.
Oh, I'm so mad right now.
Yeah? I did all this research. So, I can
I don't even know why.
He just wants to fight, man.
He just wants to make me upset. Is this what friends do? Is this a friend?
I didn't know you felt so
Is this
strong.
a co-host?
I didn't know you felt so strongly about it.
Yeah.
No.
I love
Michigan natives. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I wasn't born in Michigan,
No,
but
yeah.
I've lived here pretty much my whole life.
That's crazy. But you're a native still. Well, I don't know.
Can
I
you
don't know
be?
how much I really like that terminology anyway.
What do you mean?
We're not native.
People use it for
That's
everything.
true.
Now. It's
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
is anybody really native to anywhere? We don't know how everything
No.
started.
No.
I think we're getting in the weeds, though, because, like, people say that about, like, animals, too. It's like, that bird's native to
That's
this
true.
area. It's just a
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I don't know everything. I do know that I met a lot of scummy car salesmen in the last week.
Ooh,
Oh,
really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Talk about these scummy car salesmen for the folks at home.
This one guy, we did drive to a used lot, and it was like a lot just full of rebuilt title cars,
Mm.
which basically that's like if they get into an accident and the insurance like sends it off, they like can rebuild the title, but it makes it really complicated for your insurance and like your credit union paying off a car.
Mhm.
And you also don't know everything about the car or what you're
Right.
getting because there's a lot of information lost. And this guy's like trying to sell me this car that day, and I'm like,
Mhm.
ugh. Like he's just talking and talking and talking, not really letting me. Like he's just talking at me.
Too many businesses are predatory.
Yeah, and I'm like, we ended up weaseling our way out of it, and we were like, oh yeah, we have to go to lunch. We'll come back though.
Mhm.
Goodbye. And I've come up with a rule too during this whole process. I was like, you can only lie to car salesmen because they
What's
are probably lying to you.
what's the harm in, like, walking away? You know?
Well, it's just like awkward because you're in a conversation, they almost have you like pinned down, you know?
Yeah. I feel like people shouldn't be afraid to just walk away. Because,
I-
like, even though it is, like, awkward for, like, the social interaction, what are they going to do? They can't care.
And I can't stop
gonna-
you.
They're going to try to sell it to
Not gonna
somebody else.
force you to stay there.
and he wasn't forcing me to stay there or anything.
No, but
Yeah.
you feel like you
It's
need
like
to
a-
stay
yeah,
there.
It's the, the social courtesy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we didn't buy that car.
Yeah. I was,
Um,
like, in a rush to go somewhere, and, like, I was with a couple of my friends, and this guy was like, can we talk to you about, like, voting and stuff like that? And we did not have the time. And I was just like, no. And I kept walking.
Yeah.
Even though, you know.
Well, your time is valuable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You only have so much time. But yeah, lots of that version of people. And then there was one guy. It was like he actually didn't really do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything, and that was the problem. And we were we're like, so can we drive this one? And he's like, yeah, I guess.
What?
I'm like, do you
So
want
he's
to
just
sell?
bad at his job.
Yeah,
Yo.
I'm like, do you want to sell me the car or not, man? Like, I'm here looking for a car. Can I drive it? Can I look at it? Can I sit in it? Well, yeah.
All kind of necessary
Okay,
things to
yeah.
purchase a car.
Yo.
It's so silly, and it's just like you never know what you're gonna get. And then there was one guy that he didn't know anything about the car. He was like, "Yeah, I just got it." Like, cool, but you buy these cars all the time. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, it's a good car. Subarus are great cars." I'm like, "Cool, thank you."
Here's another like kind of housing thing that happened to me that's related to what you did. So I was like, hey, is this property available? And they're like, that's correct. And I was like, cool. Is there an option to lease after July 31st? And they're like, I don't think so. What? Say no or yes. What do you mean? And some people are like that. They don't give you a straight answer.
I hate like that in between. Just tell me no.
Yeah.
Like,
It would
that's
save
fine.
us
I'd rather
both
just
of
get
our
a
time.
straightforward answer.
Yeah, if you say no, I'm gonna move on with my life. I not care.
I don't think so. What?
It's like, and the thing is like in a lot of those situations, the people know the direct answer. They just don't give it to you.
Yeah.
Like they know whether it's a yes or a no. They go with it. I'm not sure. Try and play it off.
We'll see. I hate that.
Trying to imagine like why would they do that? Do they just like not care?
I don't know. I think it was like a weird day. I think the solar eclipse happened, and then like Mercury's in retrograde, and people are just they're freaking out.
I
The
heard
weather's been
it
crazy.
was gonna be
Weather's
like
been crazy.
I heard crazy stuff was gonna happen during that, eclipse, It's gonna be the
Why are you saying I don't know. What?
You don't know this?
Oh, I heard about this.
It's gonna be the end times. There's gonna be
The
all these
rapture.
things that are gonna happen, the rapture. Didn't
Can you go into this a little bit more?
Okay, yeah. People, even people with a high position of power.
That doesn't mean anything. There's some pretty dumb people out there with
Yeah.
high positions of power.
Yeah, but they were saying that some scary stuff was gonna happen because of the eclipse. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, guys.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Maybe
Yeah.
nothing
I'm living
happened to
right
you.
now.
I guess I didn't think that anything was going to happen because of
It
the
got kinda
eclipse.
dark outside.
It did get kind of dark out there.
Not too dark though. Just a little bit.
The moon did go in front of the sun.
I did like how dark it was, but the sky was still blue. And I was like, ooh.
It was like a weird darkness because it didn't look like when like the sun is setting. It was
Yeah.
just like everything was just like dimmer. Like someone turned down the contrast.
We were at like 96 totality in Kalamazoo, but yeah, my partner went to Ohio to see it, and it got like pretty dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost completely dark.
It's crazy.
Now, tell me if you guys know anything about the eclipse here, because some people, they're saying like, oh yeah, the eclipse, it's only happens like every like 90
20
years
years,
or
yeah.
20
No,
years
no,
or
it
something.
happens
I
all the
feel like
time.
it happens every like 4 years.
No, it does. It's just what people are getting confused about, which I guess this is still kind of a rant because it's kind of annoying. People are confused because it only comes over America every like 20 or so years. And they're like, that's the world. For some people, America is
Oh
like
my
their world.
God.
That's true.
So like anything that's going on outside of that, they don't know about. They're just worried about what's happening in this country. But if you look at the entirety of the world, there's eclipses happening all the time. Not like super common, but like it's not that uncommon.
Right.
But yeah, people just assume since it's not going to be here for another like 20 or so years that it's just not happening until that happens.
Wait,
That's a crazy mindset.
Wait,
to
you're
just,
telling
like,
me-
be invisible about the entire rest of the world.
you're telling me America isn't the capital of the world? You're
It
telling
is.
that to
It
me?
is. No, it is.
What?
America's the only
research
thing that
this.
exists.
I thought we were just an island and there's nothing else out there.
It's just a void.
Yeah.
Go throwback to Pangea.
Ooh, bring that back.
I made a really cool Pangea like project in
Really?
one of my science classes,
Ooh.
like 7th grade. It wasn't that cool, but it was really cool.
For like a science fair.
Kinda, yeah. I just took a bunch of cardboard and I made all the shapes of all the things and I put them on fishing line, and like
Or you could like make it go
What?
together.
I made it to go together, and then
That's
if
cool.
you shook it, they would go to their
Nice.
No.
new places.
Why does the volcano, what is it called? The baking soda volcano. Why does that always win? It always gets like, even like.
Does it always win?
It
I think
might not
that's-
be first place, but they always
think
get like
that's
a
just
third
movies.
place.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think
feel
it's
like-
just the movies.
I don't know.
I feel like if I
'Cause-
were in a science fair today, I would not show up with a baking soda volcano because
but you're like a kid though. You don't know anything. You're like, baking soda volcanoes are cool.
They're all right. I mean, I did a baking soda volcano when I was a kid.
I did.
I feel like everybody did.
I did.
you guys?
For my science fair, I did. The difference between DNA and mRNA.
That's
Nice.
way. What grade?
What grade?
Yeah.
It was young.
what age?
So did any kid
was really
understand
easy.
what you were talking about?
It was really simple. The only difference is that DNA is the helix and the RNA
No.
is the little bits in it.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's it.
You're doing this project on like DNA and stuff.
I got a good placement.
Oh no, I'm sure you did. But think about it this way. I think a child would rather watch foam come out of a fake volcano
Yeah.
than read about DNA.
But like, they're not the ones voting, right? It's like the science teachers. They're like, here's your-
Yeah, but
here's your
maybe if the
ribbon.
teachers see like a large crowd of people around a certain
Ooh,
project, they're like,
popularity
that's what the kids
contest.
like.
Ooh,
That's what the kids like.
they're instilling that quick. They're like, yeah, if you don't get people liking what you're doing,
You
you're
want to
done.
know? I just thought of something else to rant about, talking about like things we did when we were kids. You guys remember the Scholastic Book Fair?
Oh,
Oh,
what a
I've
nostalgia!
You want to talk about
Oh.
predatory tactics?
got a
Oh.
rant.
You want to talk about predatory tactics? That book fair, man. They would have like toys and stuff there, and like
Mhm.
they'd have like books that were useless, but they would have like a little package on the front that would give you something free if you bought the book,
Mhm.
things like that. Parents would give their kids money to go get like a new book or something. Nobody was coming home with books. Nobody
Right.
bought books at the book fair. Everybody was buying erasers, pencils, those markers that smell like stuff,
Right.
things like that.
Well, because if you're in the grocery store or something, you hear kids go, "Oh, can I get this, Mom? No. Oh, can I get this?
Yeah.
No." And then like when they're on their own with the money, they're like, "I can get it.
At my book
This is
fair-
my time."
At my book fair, they allowed every kid to get one free thing, one free book.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, you get to pick one thing for you. And at the time, I was trying to learn Spanish as a young kid because I liked it, and my mom was like even using Spanish words, and it's like, means door, this means open.
Well, you
And
lived in Texas for a little while, right?
I did,
Did
and
that help you?
and
at all?
there's a good percentage of people in America who speak Spanish, so
Mhm.
it's a good skill to know. And I was like, oh, I want to get this like kids book where it's in Spanish and like learn. And then the people that run, they're like, we're not gonna give this to you.
What?
And I'm like, what? This is my free book. I want to learn.
They wouldn't
Yeah,
give it to you?
Nah, I was sad.
Dang,
I went home. I don't think I even picked another book. I was so sad.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
What a tough pod today.
We went through the emotions today, guys.
we.
There were tears, there were screams, there were laughs.
I wanted to
Pain.
scream when you brought up the no, yeah.
Listen, we don't
It's
have to bring
near
it
and
back
dear to
up.
my heart. Okay.
I have closure now, so
I still don't agree with you.
I have facts. Though.
This might ruin our friendship. If we don't come back next week, you know
That'd
why.
be funny though. If that ruined our friendship.
This is the last
Would be
episode.
really funny. Yeah, we got into a.
Yeah. We have
Got
different opinions on no, yeah, and where it originates.
We can't be friends anymore.
Bring that up to your friends, folks at home.
Yeah,
Ask them.
argue about it with your friends.
It's okay to argue with your friends sometimes if it's fun.
Yeah, only
But-
if it's fun.
This has been the Doghouse.
And I don't condone any singing.
Whoa.
The lights did just turn off in the studio. This is a
Don't be afraid.
normal occurrence.
But we are out of here, guys. This has been a fun podcast about ranting.
Ben Madison.
I'm Con.
I'm Nick.
We hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for having me.
We'll
Later.
See you in the next one.
Bye.